Hey guys, Doug here again. We're looking forward to chatting with you about something that's a little bit different. I've got Rick here with me. We are the three-legged stool guys. DavisCanHelp. We've got Michelle here with us also again, and we're looking forward to talking about something today that I think is really going to be impacting and interesting for a lot of people. And it is the idea of a new home at the old address. What we're talking about is remodeling. And when I say that, some folks have had some remodeling stories that are really rough. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how we can take some of the stress out of this whole process of remodeling and that sort of thing. So what I'm asking you to do is forget about your past experience, okay, that went very, very badly, whatever that was, and let's talk about how we can partner together with some great people and see this de-stress this from start to finish. So
New
Rick,
home at the old address has been around since new homes at old addresses. Michelle's family has got the heritage to actually be able to do quality remodeling. Very few builders know how to do quality remodeling. They read the plans, they do it. If they actually are people that came from heritage that were putting basements in right after World War II,
yeah,
they know the business.
Yeah, and that's what Michelle's family did, right? 1947, I think you said to me?
Yeah, that's
My
when it
goodness.
starts. So, Michelle, again, you have two different companies inside the builder side, and you do quite a bit of, didn't you just do a pretty large remodel?
Yes, we've done a large remodel up by the Fort Dodge area and the large remodel over in
How
Glen
large
Oaks.
would this remodel be?
A couple million.
So we're talking real remodels, right? So when I say a new home at the old address. So the point is, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's structurally sound, it could be a great idea. But what I do, and I think it's more important than anything else other than the $2 million count, they don't need me. They got the $2 million. So the whole key is don't just take the first person that walks in the door and says they can do this or do that. If you really want to do 2 or 3 different trades, you need a builder remodeler. You don't need a one-off type of situation. You need the person that knows how to build their house. Like your son is a master, wonderful builder, been in magazines and everything else, but he started as learning the whole thing all the way down to being a rough-in carpenter.
Absolutely.
So, but knowing what questions to ask, please don't assume because you're going to do remodeling, you know what you'd like, that you should be the one that decides. Go to a professional system, make sure the loans are available, and the people like Michelle and their ability to make a new home at the old address video before you do it is the only way I think you should do major remodeling. At $2 million, I've never done a $2 million remodel. Have you done $2 million?
Never done that. Michelle, I got to ask you though, like I said when I started out, it's stressful. So how does Harmeyer Homes, Ron's Homes, how do you all take some of the stress out of this process with the client?
Yeah, so let me just start to tell you a little bit about Harmeyer Homes and Ron's Homes, just because I think the fact of the experience that they have and the knowledge that they have takes a huge burden of stress off of your shoulders, just knowing that you can trust them and that they have a proven history. So as you guys have mentioned in previous videos, my grandfather actually ran an excavation company for years. After he retired, my uncle and my dad started a home building business. They are still building homes. My dad is building under Ron's Homes and Harmeyer Homes. We have 2 different divisions based on price points of the homes and features. And so they have a long experience in building homes, but not just building homes. They have actually got their hands in the dirt, literally. My dad has a great knowledge of soils and soil conditions, which is very, very important. You don't want water in your house. You don't want your foundation cracking. And he knows how to prevent those kind of things. He also had his plumber's license, his electrician's license over the years. My brother, who is the project manager, he ran a framing crew for years. So my family really believes in you start at the bottom and you work your way up. You get your hands dirty, you know what you're doing. And so I think that's vitally important. There's a lot of builders out there, a lot of remodelers out there that really are in essence just project managers, but they've never done the work themselves. And if you don't know how the work needs to be done, how are you double checking when you go in there that it's been done correctly?
Yeah, you know, one of the things that a homeowner that's in a remodeling project is the last thing that they want to hear is that when you open up a wall and the builder goes, uh-oh, right? Because you don't know what's back there, and this always happens with remodeling. There's always going to be issues that
Yes.
you didn't know were there when you get started with the project, and the ability to be able to problem solve in that and to work around in ways that are going to still be cost effective where you can get the financing for it. That's a big deal. I mean, that's just a
Yeah.
big deal. So you guys know this stuff from the bottom up.
Yeah, and I think that's the great thing is they're going to be able to open up, if they open up a wall and something's not right, they're going to be able to look at you and say, this is the right way to do it.
I've
Or
been
here's
through that
two
with them.
options. Yes.
Yeah.
How do we
Which
fix
one do
the
you want to go?
foundation here and what?
Yeah.
I've been in that meetings with them.
Yeah.
And part of the thing is a lot of times the remodeling is easier than going to get what it's going to cost, so you know what the payment's going to be, if you're going to go get a HELOC or you're going to get a new first mortgage, depending on what's most beneficial.
Yeah.
So you need to know what the house is going to be worth before you do the remodeling if you're borrowing any place.
Yeah, so let's go back to our three-legged stool. You would think maybe this is not new construction, this is not we're buying or selling a house, this is a remodel. Valuation is a big piece, right? The home has got to support the value of the loan that they're going to be able to get for this, right? And that's what you're saying.
I've been to post on this several times over the years, and somebody's went and put in windows, and they paid a lot for the windows, and windows are a lot now. But this was a lot and then they came back and wanted to refinance the house. So they were approved, but the cost, what they paid a non-permanent builder to put the windows in exceeded the value of the house.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get them the same loan.
Yeah.
So you need to know where you're at before you make a commitment that you got an exit strategy. It's one of the reasons why on the new construction, rates are scaring people to death right now, frightening me a little bit. So what's happening is the one-time loan closing, I know what my loan's gonna cost me before we get started, let's get started.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's gonna jump 4 points or
Yeah.
3 points or 2, because it's what it is.
Yeah, boy, that's really, really good. And the idea, again, coming back to what we started with, is the trust issue in this particular kind of transaction, both on the financing side and on the build remodel side, is just a huge, huge piece of it. And when the trust breaks down, obviously that's where really all the nightmares come from. That's when they start happening. So, and I love what you said too on that, Michelle. I know from my building background and my construction background, getting out of the dirt is the hardest part, right? So when you say that, and you're working with people that have built from the ground up, in other words, they understand the entire process of building. That's a really important thing. I mean, we're not talking about a handyman here. We're talking about someone that understands construction, who understands structures, understands all of the workflow issues that frankly don't create disruption for you for months on end, that don't have to be disrupted. I mean, those are big things. Those are all big issues on a remodel.
Right. And I think having that knowledge actually helps you anticipate too. So you kind of know what might be coming. Okay, maybe we don't know what's behind this wall, but I can tell you what I think is going to be behind there, potentially.
Yep.
Just being able to anticipate the problems and how they're going to
Because
navigate
they have
through
experience.
Even on a home that's built in 1941,
them. Even on a home that's built in 1941.
there's a lot of those out there.
Yes.
You guys are making me laugh. I do have a major remodel for my niece. And the house was built in 1903
Oh man.
in Boone, Iowa.
Yeah.
Then they put a room addition on it in 1931. So it's tuck pointed, bricks are falling out, they cut windows out by air. They put a wonderful plumbing and a wonderful electrical, and the rest of the house is the total. Well, I need 6 different professional subcontractors that work with builders to go in there and get the whole house painted, the whole house stripped, the whole house interior, exterior, fix 9 windows, replace the things, match everything up. Take all the cheap wood in 1931 off the second story and put builders in.
Right.
Make all the maple come back to natural. Redo if I was trying to hire the different subs to do that had one of their trades, they would be hunting for people and everything else. Whereas a builder that's in that business can come do the job instead of being 5 months to have a beautiful house. It's 35 days. From beginning to end.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's a painted house, inside and outside. Plaster where it's needed. 3 squares of brick being tuck pointed and repair the fence.
Fantastic. Well, I think you get the idea of it. You've got different ways to contact any one of us here. We all work together. Please reach out and contact us. We're looking forward to working with you. Stay tuned for our next video.